Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi fellow viewers and welcome to another podcast with the Tvpss crew. I, Sofea binti Irfan, will be your host for today. Today we have a very special guest with us, which is...
Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Heidi Arissa binti Zairi. I'm from Budi as a representative of MPM, which is the Majlis Pemimpin Murid Sekolah Menengah Sains Selangor.
And she will be our special guest for today. So, how are you feeling right now?
So far, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, me too. So, before that, I have a few questions to ask. Okay, so our topic for today is fasting atmosphere in the month of Ramadan. So, as a prefect, what is a good example you can show to the students in the month of Ramadan?
From my point of view, how I think a prefect should set a good example during Ramadan is by practicing and showing patience, especially during handling a conflict, by just not raising their voice, but find alternative ways or other approach to handle the problem correctly. Other than that, Ramadan is not only about fasting from food and drinks, but it's also about strengthening our discipline, our self-control. And other than that, I think as prefects, we also should show other students to arrive in classes early, to finish our homeworks before the due date and other. It's just an obstacle during Ramadan, and we should not take it as an excuse to be lack of something and to leave our responsibilities behind.
Personally, do you feel like handling students is different in the Ramadan?
Personally, I don't think it's much of a difference handling the students during Ramadan and before Ramadan. But one change that I think I observed during our usual morning assembly is that the students doesn't talk as much as before. It's less hectic, it's less chaos actually, because I think the students are preserving the energy to use throughout the day. So it's a little bit more calm, and I think for me as a prefect, it's actually great because it's easier to handle the students, and it's much more quiet and it's much more easier to handle these certain situations.
I also think that I'm one of the students who talk way less in the month of Ramadan, especially during the morning and when in class. Like I have no energy at all. I mean, I'm preserving energy, like what you said. Heidi, what is one thing that you are grateful for in the month of Ramadan?
Actually, I have so much things that I'm grateful for during Ramadan, but this year, one of the things that I'm super duper grateful is that I think I know my potential and I know my true intention, what I want to do, what I have to do to improve myself as a person, spiritually, mentally and physically. I think I'm showing great improvements as a person. And as for the students, I saw how they actually changed themselves during Ramadan, and I saw how they avoid from saying bad words and actually have this self-control in when having a conversation between their friends, between the teachers, and I think they're just really trying hard to upgrade themselves as a Muslims.
Does Ramadan change the way students behave in school?
Students don't really behave differently before Ramadan, but I think some of the changes I saw was their energy level is a little bit low because of fasting and they're not eating food or drinks. But other than that, I think it also affects their concentration in classes. They seem a little tired and less focused in class when teachers are in teaching in front. Other than that, I think a way to overcome this situation is the students need to have a fixed sleep schedule. So if they need to wake up early in the morning, they should sleep early in the night. Or also, other than that, I think they should also have a proper meal during sahur, so that the energy from the meal they ate during sahur will be used throughout the day and they don't feel very tired during the day.
what is your advice to pupils who wants to pass the month of Ramadan successfully?
One advice I could give to all the students who want to pass the Ramadan month successfully is that you need to strengthen your basics first. As for me, I know a lot of the students here, especially in Sains Selangor, is rushing to khatam Al-Quran, to khatam the reading of Al-Quran, to finish the juzuks. But as for me, I think I'm lacking in the knowledge of reading the Al-Quran. So I decided that for myself, I think I'm using the time I have in Ramadan to learn again how to read the Al-Quran, how to even solat. I'm actually taking the baby steps in learning how to perform solat in in another way to approach it, to have a better quality of solat. And other than that, I'm also actually learning tajweed little by little so that I could read the Al-Quran better. Despite all that, you also don't have to only focus on doing the extreme ibadah only. If you feel like you don't have a perfect platform as a perfect Muslim, as what people said, I think you should focus on strengthen the mains first, as in don't forget to pray 5 times a day on time, and other than that, not use bad words, don't cuss, use very polite words when you talk to others. It shows how the intention you want to change to become a better Muslim during Ramadan. It really shows if you really want to become better. So I think if people like me, who's not a very advanced in knowledge in Islam, I think we should take the steps in learning first, other than really take the extremes and go above and beyond. So it's not wrong to do those things, but as for me, learn the things, the basics, before you do the extremes.
In my opinion, I also have a problem because I struggle to have my full focus in my salah, especially after iftar. We most likely will have a full stomach and
You will feel sleepy.
I will feel sleepy, yeah. And to have my full focus on the Isha prayer, on the Tarawih especially, I'm struggling with that.
Yeah.
I'm still learning my baby steps too. Moreover, what's one thing we should never forget during iftar?
Important thing we should never forget to do during iftar is remember that iftar is not just about breaking fast, but it's also about the time that you need to have to be thankful for the day that you had, and it's also the time you needed to make du'as beforehand. So before breaking your fast, you need to talk to Allah. You need to show how grateful you are for that day, and what do you want in life, what do you want to do, what do you want to have. So it's the time you need to use to the fullest, maybe 5 minutes beforehand or 10 minutes. Just talk about what do you want and how much you're grateful for. And after you breaking your fast, we all should take appropriate amount of meals, because if we take too much, if we eat, we think that we need that too much of a food because we feel so hungry, but end up we're not going to eat it and it become a waste. So just think of a rational, how much am I going to eat, and just take how much you need it just to break your fast.
Thank you so much, Heidi, for joining us today in this podcast. That's all from us. We hope you have a very grateful and blessed Ramadan. That's all from us. Thank you.